Nice to see them getting, I suppose, a bit of consistency on the ball heading into that event, because a lot of the teams at that event, I suspect, are probably going to be maybe a little bit higher rated than some of these teams that they're versing in the NA Pro League. And if they can't beat those teams in the NA Pro League, then they're not going to be beating the teams in IEM Sydney. But that's something to worry about later on down the track. Now, we want to focus in here on Nuke. You still are sized up pretty well in that pistol round. Azza as well, finding one. This is looking like it's going to be a good start to the T side for Renegades.
Yeah, and they've got control of this A side as well. Very, very quickly on an Uber. Can't even come out from ramps because Azza chucks him down inside vending machine room. And JKS will clean things up. So a very quick round from Renegades, able to drop down from Outers. I just talk about Outers all the time because it's such a... It's the place where, you know, the T side will stage their attack. They'll sneak players, you know, in towards Secret, down maybe back of Vent. They can come up on towards the A side. They can shut down the rotation, take ramps, take B side. All of a sudden, you know, CTs, if you can't rotate through Vent, there is no way for you to actually get safely onto the B side. There's so many corners you need to check out. So Complexity gonna boil down towards how well can they hold this ramp room. So that's gonna be up to Uber to start things off or to hold it as Isabella start things off. On towards Desi.
Yeah, you might get another one here. Def just peeking the line. Down to 37 HP. Android looks like he wants to push you still on and will actually get the kill. JKS there for the trade and gets another one to boot. So Complexity actually forcing into this round with the pistol and armor. Probably in the hopes that they're going to be able to pick up another anti-eco win like they had been doing on Cage. But this one seems like Renegades have got that locked down pretty well. They're going to take 2 AKs and a Galil through. Basically the perfect situation really for them. That's what they wanted out of that round. And it's going to force Complexity back on the eco. So another one probably secured here for Renegades to start off 3-0 on the T side of Nuke. Like you said, it's going to be so good for them.
Yeah, and if they can get probably about 5 rounds, that's enough. If any more is just icing on the cake, then it's just, you know, they'll be lighting more birthday candles on that metaphorical cake. So pretty much, you'll be celebrating every single one. We got 6, we got 7. I don't think they'll get more than 6, but it depends on how well or poorly Complexity play and how well Renegades play. So it's balls in their court. They're the ones that have to, you know, attack these positions. Complexity needs to hold it off.
Yeah, again, Azza going very, very aggressive. We saw that from Renegades, more so on their CT side, actually, on Keish, but Azza's really just pushed up here, got a lot of information. He will probably find that kill onto Android, which he does. Easy one for him. And basically a lot of map control secured now by Renegades. They control basically everything apart from the bomb sites.
Yeah, Desi, oh my goodness, a triple P coming out from Renegades. He didn't even know where to look out now, Uber. Once again, last man left, the second time that he's been the last man left standing, they know where he plays. They know he plays towards ramp, so they're shutting down this, you know, the Crow's Nest potential. They're shutting down ladder room potential as he spotted out towards Outers. Trying to find the pick on towards Azza, but with just so much aim punch, nothing you can do. And they'll be able to take 2 SMGs and 2 AKs. They lose a Galil, but the Galil is a very inferior gun, so they just leave it on the ground.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Renegades look like they're going to take a UMP through to this round. I wonder if they're going to stick with that. And at the moment, it's in JKS's hands. I'd hope to probably see it in someone else's hands because he's been the consistent player, but it does look like it's going to go in his hands. So we'll see how this works out. Complexity do have a good buy into this one. And AWP on Surreal, he's going to watch out up. At the moment, hasn't spotted much, but there's a lot of utilities being used in that direction from Renegade. So he must suspect there's something going on. And there is indeed something going on as we see Justillo just lurking around now. He's gotten into the underpart, or into the unders. And making his way towards the B-bomb site right now as the ramp room is being contested by Renegades. If they could clean this one up, it would have been good for them. But losing 2 there, I feel, is probably a little too much.
Yeah, losing all their members now. Stiller was coming in from behind, and that's what I mean. That was a great job coming from Uber. Hold it off with a UMP.
Yeah.
Impressive, and Renegades just kind of, you know, jumping the gun there. Stiller is trying to make his way up. The bomb has been lost. They don't know he's unders, I think, because even though he broke Vent, Complexity may not have heard it. And as a result, he'll be able to grab it and fall back on towards that B site. He does not have a smoke grenade to work with, though. So it means that Complexity can kind of just surround him at any time and just seize control.
If he's quick enough here, he probably will be able to get that bomb down. Doesn't look like anyone's too interested on the B site. They're just more so holding their angles right now. So at least there's going to be that for Renegades. The bomb will go down. So Complexity are going to know what's going on now. One will go down through the vents, the other 2 through the ramp room by the looks of things, but Justillo, I like his post-plant position. He might be able to catch one off guard, and he does. So now, making it a 2 versus 1. Still a difficult situation for him, but much, much more doable. And he does have a Molotov as well. No smoke on the side of Complexity. If he can use that well, then there could be something, but he's got the wrong angle here, and I think Surreal's just going to hold this. for Renegades. Maybe second time lucky.
Yeah, fast out of control coming in from Renegades once again, as it's up to JKS just to hold lobby by himself. It looks like Renegades actually sneaking all the members in towards Secret. So, I think Surreal is watching it from heaven. He does have the AWP, but he's been completely smoked off, so nothing he can really suppose JKS. How does JKS do that? He just swindles his way past 3 counter-terrorists.
I don't know. He's a ghost.
He just slipped past, and Complexity are none the wiser. All of Renegades ready to attack the B side. Complexity still think that JKS is in Squeaky, but in reality he's back at Vent. Oh, definitely finds it at JKS. You can't miss that shot. Leave JKS in a situation like that, because he's going to punish you Uber. They're able to pick off Adder, taking down Astillo as well. Yeah, it's just scattered out at the moment. They do manage to finally get the trade. And Surreal now coming across with the AWP towards Megaton. Android back at Vent, though, has been left clear. Azza picked off by Surreal with that AWP. Bomb plant does go down towards a 2-on-3. Yam trying to make his way towards decontamination room, but Android says no. He's made his way back out from Vent. And now it's all up to JKS, the clutch king, the clutch master himself. 1-on-3.
Spotted one out, and he will take down Surreal, but still 2 to deal with, and now they know his position. A good pop flash, that's actually going to catch Desi off guard, and he does pick up that kill as well. Now, Android tapping that bomb. JKS, plenty of bullets to work with here. He's going to push the smoke, and may not have been the correct decision in the end, but obviously he didn't know whether that smoke, or that defuse was being held or not, so kind of had to go for it. And in the end, again, another clutch round goes the way, well, I suppose it almost was a clutch really for Renegades. It wasn't necessarily a clutch for Complexity, but at least they get the round on the board there. And that's the kind of round that on Cache we saw Renegades picking up.
Yeah, and this is where, you know, Complexity, it's going down to the wire. They're probably going to be chewing themselves out a little bit and going, look, we're up on this 3-on-1. We can't take down a single member. That is an issue for them right now, because Renegades are able to get to the bomb site. Complexity allow them to take control. Imagine if Renegades had more members if they didn't, you know, severely misplay their position. Yeah. So imagine they had more smoke grenades to shot off Megaton, they could get the bomb plant down.
And it's hurting Complexity here as well. You can see Desi doesn't have utilities, Uber doesn't have utilities, and Surreal has a UMP. So all those guns that Renegades are taking out of the hands of Complexity in every single round so far, it is hurting that economy of Complexity. It's yet to actually build up and really be a, sort of like a formidable thing. Renegades, they just want to keep pressing this advantage, and even though they've lost the last 2 in a row, Renegades actually have a better buy than Complexity.
Depth, great shot on towards Azza from Secret. Yam was unable to get the trade, and Yam now going to be pressed out with a Molotov as well. No, we'll be able to stay alive, so Def not going to be free-firing. Yam just hiding in the smoke, waiting and biding his time. But Def's already picked up 1, so he doesn't really need to recontest it. He's just secured the Secret line. Just needs to fall back. No, nothing else that he needs to do. As the rest of Complexity looking to just hold on towards either bomb site. Def picks off 2.
Yeah, nothing that Yam could really do there. He was out in the middle of nowhere. He had a grenade in his hand as well, an easy kill for Def. That's a good shot from JKS, though. Again, it seems to be JKS, the one stepping up for Renegades here on Nuke, and they probably need to get him in positions to get that damage across a little bit more early on in the piece, because it doesn't seem like anyone else from Renegades is just able to do it.
Yes. Looks like B side is the attack plan for Renegades. Astillo, oh my goodness, Def managed to sneak his way across, but won't be able to escape this time around because Astillo locks on towards him. As well as JKS picking off the head of Desi, trying to come out through Vent. Now Surreal trying to find something from decontamination room. He does have Android trying to join him, but Astillo thinking about what to do. JKS flying down, I think just a little bit too greedy, but gets the information. Android now coming across, I think might know that there's one of, doesn't know that one's dark spot. I mean, he said Ada can strike out after Astillo falls. Now AWP to Surreal. That is not a really good flashback, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, it does matter. Apparently, Surreal killing him. And Ada goes down again. Complexity clutch out another round where you thought, okay, and that one is a round that they should have been winning.
Yeah, Ada should have taken that. He had, he had the first shot, was able to get the body tag in, and somehow, somehow Complexity still take another one. Surreal taking the clutch that time round is, well, Renegades with these just continual bomb plants, able to purchase up once again. Surreal will be able to stop the push with that Molotov, but still just charging straight forward anyway. Dancing around, does well to make his way in towards Secret alongside with Azza. So, very least, Renegades do have control of Secret for now. Def is not playing there this time around, and Renegades should be clean, because they've just been holding towards Secret. JKS, he's aware of this, though. So
yeah, he spots the shadow there as well. Easy kill for him in the end. So, for another round here, now in round number 7, Renegades do get the player advantage early on in the piece, which is not something that they had last round, and they almost clutched it out last round. So maybe that's going to be the slight advantage that they need just to push them over the edge and pick up the win.
critical Molotov because this buys a little bit more time for Complexity to hold off against. But Renegades do have this under control. Uber needs to hold on desperately, but Ustillo comes in and reinforces that line. Surreal trying his best. Won't be able to find anything. And Azza also finds one. Can't find the second as Android. Charges through the Molotov. Now a 1-on-3. They need to get the bomb plant down, but they don't know where he is. He's making a bit of noise. He's in falling off. But he picks off Adder. He's going to try and make his way through control room smoke. But
I think they've got the
Renegades will be able to get the bomb plant down. Android taking a little bit more damage. And Renegades surely need to win this.
They absolutely need to win this. They can't afford to lose another clutch situation in a row. That would be 4, but in the end, it is JKS to pull it off. So Android goes down, and Renegades put 4 on the board, and that's just completely broken the economy of Complexity. There's nothing that they can buy in this round. I
have a feeling, though, like Renegades, they could be up 7-0 right now. It's been so close. I mean, the scoreline...
Look at that, 1 alive. I think it's 1 alive.
1 alive every single round.
Alive. Yeah. Just so close. And that's why Complexity aren't able to buy in this round. If they had kept 3 or 4 people alive in each of those rounds, they would probably be able to afford to buy into this round. But at the best that they can get is just pistols and armor and a scout on Surreal. So Renegades, maybe they can potentially pull another one through.
Well, Surreal's going to try and peek that line in towards lobby. Nearly found the head of one of the members of Renegades. Won't be able to find it this time around, so he's going to back off. Renegades playing it much safer anti-eco, not trying to give any opportunities away towards Complexity, just holding and waiting, which is the correct thing. You don't want to see all your hard work undone with a pistol buy charging in towards you at lobby. So,
well, it's something that's happened to Renegades before. They really need to be careful in this round because on case we saw them drop 2 or 3 anti-ecos. This is essentially that, and well, Renegades have been susceptible to it so far in this series. If they drop this one, you know, all that hard work they did to finally get another round on the board is basically going to be undone straight away by Complexity. So if Renegades can put 2 together here, potentially another one as well because of this force buy from Complexity, then that's going to be a good situation for them. But they have to make sure that they don't lose this round.
And the really good thing as well for Renegades is that they've been pretty much uncontested getting towards B-side every single time. So they're going to be confident executing once again. Complexity have not shown the ability to hold this off as Uber is going to be the first fatality to fall as Renegades make their way towards ramp. It looks like they absolutely love ramps, and Yam's going to be pressured, losing the AK-47. This is really what I don't like seeing in terms of how Renegades do it, because they charge in 1 by 1. They're not there to get the trades. No Molotovs coming out. They've lost the bomb now as well. Death from control room finds Adult with that AK-47 retrieved. Now it's on to Azza as well as JKS. 10 seconds left on the timer. Azza does manage to find one.
He doesn't know
they don't know they've got the bomb, but Azza, they don't need the bomb if Azza does something like that and line up for him.
Well, I mean, again, it was just a little bit too close for comfort for me there. I think Renegades, you know, that anti-eco, it didn't look 100% as far as I'm concerned. A good performance from Azza at the end there to get those spray downs, but in reality, I think that should have been a lot more comfortable for Renegades. Still though, they get the round on the board, they take a couple of guns through here, and of course, Complexity buying into the last round, Force buying into the last round. They won't be able to afford one here, and it could potentially be 6 on the board now for Renegades, which, you know, you sort of said, that's basically a really good first half score. Anything more that they can get than that is going to be cherry on the cake.
Just strange to me that Complexity picked Nuke, and they're unable to hold outers. Because that, to me, that's really the staging areas. Android does manage to actually find Adult with a pick. Nearly trying to find JKS as well, but he's the last man left standing. Nothing he can really do. That's just really odd for me because the Complexity every single round, even for, yeah, sure, their buys are subpar. They just have no answer towards Renegades, just taking control outers again and again and again.
Yep.
I don't think Renegades on a buy round have even gone towards A site. They just go...
No, they haven't. They've pretty much been hitting the B site every single round in a row. It's always been...
Why not? Because it works every single time.
Like Ustillo lurking around through the B site, gets the guy in ramp room, or Renegades just charge the ramp room and get that guy, and then that's the B site open. So
that said, it is difficult to hold on towards the outers. And
yeah.
Well, actually, a change of momentum. As soon as I say that, Renegades do come to the A side and catch Complexity napping, which is exactly what they hoped for. They are just reading Complexity like a book at the moment.
It's working pretty nicely for Renegades, and admittedly, we were kind of critical of those 3 rounds that Complexity were able to clutch out from Renegades, but in the end, I mean, Renegades are still looking pretty good in this one. They are definitely looking like the stronger team, and getting 7 rounds now on that T side, they are really, really shaping up to have a really good second half as well.
In terms of why we're being critical, is because every single time were fighting those, it was 3-on-1, another 3-on-1, and they just allowed JKS as well as Ustillo to get back into the positions where they force it almost towards a 1-on-1 and a victory. Which is, you're allowing Renegades to continually clutch, effectively.
Yeah.
Which is something that is really, really negative, because Complexity, even though short, at one point looked like it was a 3-4, or like the scoreline was 3-4. Renegades look like they're in complete control.
Yeah.
They're just strolling through at the moment. They're having a breeze in the park, and they're just enjoying themselves. This is the Counter-Strike we expected Renegades to play. You know, clinical Counter-Strike. In terms of complexity, though, this is not the CT Counter-Strike that we were expecting. They needed so much.
Yeah, absolutely. This round is, again, going to be just a bit of a bloodbath, really. Renegades padding those stats a little bit. Picking up some easy kills on the eco here, though. Def and Desi have found one apiece. So it's not like Renegades are without loss. But I think they know where Def is now. And bomb retrieved by JKS. He's going to make his way into the A-bomb site. Plant should go down pretty easily if Yam doesn't get that kill, which he doesn't.
That's really awkward as well, because he was shooting at a completely stock still. We'll be able to calibrate this time around, so hits that one at the very least. But I don't know, I think we're being very overly critical of Renegades, but at the same time, you know, in terms of like,
Just don't want to
they
get
do a lot of, they do a lot of hard work to get themselves in the good position, but they just do it in a very unoptimized fashion.
Yeah.
And
ooh, have a look at this, though. Complexity picking up the double orb setup. Not something that we've seen from them tonight.
this is good, but only if they make these orbs work. Surreal's going to be smoked off. Is he going to be able to take people out through smoke? No,
Probably not. Oh,
is Def able to? I don't know what Def's taking the AWP, so he's locking down the ramps line, which is the correct call, because that's what Renegades have been doing. So, but Surreal, as I was saying, you know, his cage performance on the AWP didn't impress me.
no.
And going on towards Nuke, I didn't think he would impress me, and instantly like that, Secret's going to be taken. As a member of the CT, if you're trying to hold that line as with a rifle, it is so difficult to get multiple kills. It'll look good if you can do it, but Renegades, up against a lineup where, you know, Estilo's firing, JKS, even Azza are all firing up, right? So you've got the core 3 firing up right now. You'll be very, very lucky to get 2 kills, because that requires 4 bullets. All Complexity need to do, or all Renegades need to do, is just put a single bullet inside one of Complexity's heads.
Yeah.
They get control of Under's depth. Playing Megaton, hopefully the T's know how to use smoke grenades this time around.
Well, one of them being spotted out. Def has a good angle into this vent, but he drops off it, a little bit scared of that player in control, and his spider senses do prove correct. Azza gets dropped by Def. 3 versus 4 now. It's a winnable round once more for Complexity, but the way that they've been playing these advantageous positions has really allowed Renegades in with a sniff in pretty much every single round of this half so far. You have to feel as though this one might be fairly similar, though Def is really locking down that B site now. It's going to be difficult for Renegades to get that bomb down. There we go, Ada though does get the job done, but punished for it. Surreal and Def, the double AWP setup, it's worked out really off the back of Def though, who picked up 3.
They managed to get into unders, but this time around with no ramp control, it means that the AWP is just left uncontested towards Megaton. Easy pickings, no smoke grenades, Molotovs being thrown one by one without any map territory gained by Renegades. So that was a very poor. That's the round where I'm talking about. You know, that's really, really poor from Renegades, not keeping track of smoke grenades. You need at least one to get the bomb plant down safe. If you're not killing people, you need to at least, you know, use 2 Molotovs towards Megaton to get that close positioning there, or you're donezo. So in that time, they're donezo. They're able to buy up into this one once again to see what they can find. Yams pick up the AWP, but Def showing some, you know,
Pretty solid AWP.
yeah, pretty solid.
He was just holding a line, so it wasn't anything too
He was
flashy.
hitting them though, and
But
that's what he needs to do. You got to hit
exactly.
those shots, and he hit those shots.
Yep, can't really make too many complaints about that one. Surreal going a little bit more aggressive this time with that AWP, having a peek in towards outers from a little bit of a different angle. Hasn't spotted much out though. Renegades quite content just to hold. Fairly safe right now, but Azza, he drops off the silo, and Surreal hears him, gets taken down.
Yeah, and Renegades now losing out of control because Surreal's locked it down, so they're just slowly trying to work their way through lobby. Maybe going towards ramp because there is an AWP there. An AWP shot has been missed. Oh no, Yam actually picks off Def. So that's going to crack it open. Surreal does manage to get one in return. He knows that there is one towards ramps as Android finds one on towards Ustilo as well. So headshots across the board for Complexity, much better played from this time round. And there's a Molotov towards back vent. Yam has a lot of work to do with this AWP. Adder's had a very, very quiet game so far, so he's been tasked with getting the bomb plant down. Now he just needs to stay alive. Yam needs to show as the IGL that he's got what it takes to elevate his team towards another round victory.
Well, it's not like Yam has, been afraid of clutch situations before. He's done it more than enough times, but this one, 4 versus 1, is a difficult situation, and Android will take him down. Still, though, it's only going to be 5 on the board here for Complexity. They basically need to close this half out.
Yeah, they need to, and even then, they're still at a deficit as well.
Yeah.
So Renegades already winning the half. I mean, it's not over yet. I mean, Renegades, their CT hold could be very poor. Complexity could have some amazing T-strats as well. But as I was talking about, you know, the buffering space on the CT side, it's going to be more comfortable. If you go towards the T side, it just becomes exponentially more difficult if your opponent's CT side is really good.
Renegades, again, their economy just looking so good. I don't think they've had to eco this whole half. Pretty much just been buying, and that's been good for them.
I like to see how many times Renegades have actually managed to get the bomb plant down.
Yeah.
I think, have there been a round that they haven't been able to get the bomb plant? Yeah, every single round that, you know, even though Complexity wins, the bomb has gone down, and it's always gone down to a single member. And they've left Annex completely checked, and Desi does not capitalize on that as it picks up 2. Stillo, he's got a lot of work to do. He does throw the Molotov before he dies, though, so at least buys some time for the T's to use. But Yam is sitting inside that. They are dropping towards unders very quickly. We'll be able to make it through.
Again.
Bomb down again. Yeah, that's what you mentioned. Double AWP. Hopefully Renegades can get, you know, close position towards where the AWP's like sitting and just apply pressure. But Yam's just going to be locking down back vent. As with that Molotov, should be able to shut down this Megaton position. Complexity don't know it's B-side. This is so difficult to actually realize, and they finally sense that something's not right, and they have to rotate through here.
A lot of time, and Yam's in a good spot, but he won't get the shot across. Surreal does take him down. Azza with the Molotov, though there are a couple of smokes for Complexity, so that shouldn't cause too many issues. There's a smoke straight away. I don't think the bomb's planted here for Azza. Looks like it's behind the little thing there, but unfortunate for Renegades. It could have been something. I mean, there was a lot of time wasted really by Complexity up on that A-bomb site. If Yam had got 1 or 2 kills there,
that was a position where you need to get more than that. And Yam, I had to put someone on blast, but you had a feeling if it was anyone else other than Yam, all of them would have died. Azza, Jokes, Istillo. Yam is underperforming at the moment. He really he really needs to hit those. It's such a tight angle. It's such a small angle. So almost miss is just worrying signs.
Yeah, unfortunate for Renegades there, but
they've done well. They've done good this half.
I think though they probably will want to grab at least another one here. You know, just to kind of put that cherry on the cake. Really, like 8's good, really good in fact, but they would have felt like they could get a lot more here. They've kind of just allowed Complexity again late in the first half to sort of just slip back into things. Yeah,
so if they end 9-6, it'll be the identical scoreline for Cage, which is our first map, but otherwise, Complexity have slugged it out, done the hard yards, able to at least get the retakes working in their favor. The double AWP setup working wonders for them as Yam is going to be the first fatality. Surreal watching that line. There's no out of control, so it means that Surreal is just able to peek the silo line. Now they're trying to come towards ramps, but there's 2 members there as they're trying to work his way late, but it's just all, you know, it's too late. Surreal's backed out. He's fallen all the way towards CT, and he's just locking down a very off angle, if that's one I've ever seen.
What can Azza get done here? Is there even anyone watching that line?
Surreal is watching a very different line, so it allows him to get into Annex. I think he has spotted it out.
Yeah, he was. Surreal fired a shot off there. Desi, in the meanwhile, does actually take down Azza, so that's all that pressure relieved, I suppose, and now Renegades, these 3 players are going to have to make something happen. JKS, is he down on the B-bomb site?
He's made his way back vent once again, so...
He doesn't have the bomb, though, unfortunately. If he could have planted it, then the Renegades would have had a chance here, but this is tough.
Though. No time.
Yeah, like they've only got 15 seconds. I don't think they get the bomb down here at all.
Where's JKS going?
I don't know.
He's going the wrong way.
Well, this is a bit of a nothing round in the end there for Renegades. It's somewhat of an anti-climax to the first half there, though. But 8 rounds on the board for Renegades. They'll be pleased with that on their T side. We'll find out how they go on their CT side after this short break.
I'm gonna nitpick everything in terms of.
All right, do it.
I have to be the analyst in terms of.
Be that guy.
In terms of this, I will be that guy. Well, because in terms of how Renegades were playing, it just felt like they had the right map control. They had more JKS. This is the correct position for him to be in. Yam has his back as JKS gets another one. Complexity, you can't push against USPs of JKS because he will just completely destroy you.
Yeah, and this is not good for Complexity. They really probably would have wanted that pistol round here on the T side. Desi doing his best to get a couple of kills in there. He's still on Yam going down, but he has so much more work to do now. He's going to have to ace this round out if he wants to even pick up the win for Complexity.
The dangerous part is, well, Azra and JKS are still alive.
Yeah.
That's the scary part. Sorry, Adol. That's not as scary,
yeah, no,
I guess.
I
It's kind of like Adol is not performing that well. JKS is just taking people left, right, center, behind him.
Yep.
270 towards the left, and then shooting another guy, so...
Yeah, he's just destroying everyone at the moment. I'm actually not sure what sort of score he's sitting on, but I'd imagine it's up towards the top there for the Renegades. We'll probably get a look in at the end of this round, but Desi is much as he can do. I don't know if it's going to be enough here because 3 players to deal with. He does get Azza. JKS trades him out. So 4 on that pistol for JKS. Another good pistol round for him. And there you go. 20 kills on the board. Azza as well, very consistent in this one. 19. Looking really good for both of those players. And, well, Adda's only got 2 kills. Is that real?
Yeah. Once again, though, on the T side, Adda's role was pretty much
Bomb boy.
Bomb boy, throw a couple of smokes. He died first, so it's really difficult. Maybe he was, first in, wasn't able to get the entry, but able to get the information, allow the trades go in the favor, of the stronger players. They are going to come straight towards Squeaky. Early smoke, actually making sure it stalls any further damage. So they do manage to sneak their way towards Unders. Adda, though, coming across, trying to deal it out. Does manage to get a kill with the UMP, but he's dinked out. Bomb behind the site, but Complexity do have control of the Tech 9s at close range. Def now pushing up towards Secret. There is JKS there, and JKS will take him out from the side. JKS now pushing forward as Desi does take down Adda. And JKS just having an absolute field day right now as Uber picks off another one.
Yeah, no in the end. Azza finding himself another kill for that round. So 2 apiece for the 2 top fraggers at the moment for Renegades. Bomb will be defused easily by Yam. Complexity, I think they probably would have wanted a little more out of that round. They did invest in the pistol armor. If they only had the pistols, I think getting the bomb down is fair enough. But with pistol and armor, you are hoping for a little more than just a couple of kills.
That said as well, lapse in terms of that squeaky security for Renegades allows Complexity to drop unders. So, it is a difficult position to get to now. You don't really have any, if you come through Annex, you really expose yourself to the risk of getting taken out through Hut. You try to come in through Heaven, it's dependent on your spawns as well as how you get there when you throw your Molotovs. God knows how many times I've missed my Molotov on towards Squeaky as well. So it's not a position that's easy to hold. So this time Molotov comes through, nothing else there. JKS holding outers. He's going to be under pressure from Death above him.
That's a nice grenade, by the way. Surreal and Desi dropped very, very low.
And JKS just waiting for Def to push him. He's just waiting though, Def. Shoulder peeking, but won't be able to succeed. There's a lot of pressure on him. Whips out the Tech 9 because he doesn't need the M4. He doesn't need anything else. Azza will clean up after Yam also picks up 1, but you can see anyone else just panicking, trying to backpedal, reload. He just whips out his Tech 9, cool under pressure.
Yeah. Takes the duel, takes the 1v1, takes the second 1v1, and Renegades secure a very, very easy round in the end there. They're going to go for just the WMP into this round, not really upgrading those weapons, which is fair enough. They're trundling along quite nicely, and if they do win this round, then that's going to put Complexity under so much more pressure because Renegades, their economy will just boom.
Yeah, I guess this is the difference right now, seeing on how Renegades play outers and Complexity play outers. They put JKS towards outers. Now, would you rather verse a JKS who hit 33 kills on Cache and 25, right, sitting on 25 right now in Nuke, right? He's looking to outdo himself on Cache. Or would you rather face Surreal, who's had, I think, 10 kills on Cache and I don't know how many right now.
Yeah.
You'd rather face Surreal.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Not a JKS. And Yam's also got reinforcement as well. They completely blind out Yam. Will be able to get 1, gets 2 as well. Backs off wisely. I'd love to see another flashbang coming in from his teammate, but Android putting a lot of pressure on towards Yam. Does manage to back out in time.
It's pretty good Molotov though from Yam, sorry. Would delay Complexity, keeps them stuck on outers a little bit longer. Maybe JKS can find something here in the end though. Azra's going to go down and Surreal picking up JKS. That's the 2 danger men so far for the Renegades, and this could be the opening in the round that Complexity needs.
Big picks coming out from Complexity. Well done in terms of the crossfires as well though. Just waiting for JKS as well as to peek out. Distillo though, just slowly finding his way on towards Desi from behind, able to trade out the UMP for an AK-47. Yam just lurking. They are going to check the blind though, but he gets him on, he gets 2! That's what I wanted to see from Yam, well done. 4
kills in the round. Maybe it's time for him to fire up now as well, because he was very, very quiet on Cache. He was on 10 kills before that round, which again is still a little bit quiet here on Nuke, you got to feel, but maybe that's enough just to get him in the, get the blood pumping a bit.
I was blasting him earlier on in terms of Vent, where he was trying to take down members of the AK-47, missed his spray, and, missed his spray multiple times. But that M4, that's what I wanted to see. And hopefully that gives him more confidence that he can take these aim deals, because before he was just whiffing shots. Now he's actually hitting those really, really sharp shots against AK-47s at close range.
Yeah.
So, especially against a Complexity who actually peeked into him, it allows now the advantage to go in the favor of Renegades, looking to close things up.
I think that it's not looking too good here for Complexity. Obviously, an eco round here. JKS starting off well onto Def. A couple of other tags going over to Complexity, but 13 on the board for Renegade should be after this one. I mean, Complexity, it's a massive, massive hill to climb for them. So, I don't know.
Great shot from Surreal towards Azza, peeking towards Annex though. So at the very least, they do manage to get 1 pick. Or was it towards Squeaky? It looks like it was through Squeaky as Surreal was able to get that one down. JK still locking down outers. Istillo just slowly making his way around as Yam is just trying to lock down different lines. Stillo, they're double peeking Stillo at the moment, but they just peek directly in towards him. Desi now trying to push him as well, but Stillo so close to picking up 4 kills. Now down towards 7 HP, and Yam's going to clean things up from heaven. As Renegades now with a 6-round advantage. Complexity will purchase up in this one, but their time is dwindling away. They need to start shutting down the CT economy because it is exploding right now.
Yeah, it's pretty much time for Complexity to win around here. Like, as you said, that Renegades economy is starting to boom a little bit, and it's kind of like, I don't know, if you've ever played Age of Empires, you hit Castle Age, you drop 3 town centers, bam, your economy starts booming, and that's exactly what's happening right now for Renegades. They pick those double UMPs, they win the round anyway, and now we find ourselves at this position. So, Complexity have a lot of catching up to do.
They are going to be slowly working out as JKS is playing a very off angle. That is a severely off angle, but I love this one as well. That's where Secret used to be in previous iterations of Counter-Strike. So, if Complexity don't check this, and I don't think they will, because who checks that line anymore? If they try to get towards Heaven, it means JKS has an easy time picking him off from the side. He'll just allow them to get towards Secret, which is fine, because Az is locking down that line. But Az needs to be careful as well, because Complexity will be pressuring this line.
He's got a smoke there, and he spotted out Desi as well. Here comes Ustillo to back him up, but backing him up is probably not what happens there, as he does go down. Azza and JKS, though, finding one apiece. A decent trade overall for Renegades. Azza with all the information. They know that it's going to be a B hit here for Complexity. And Renegades, unfortunate for Azza getting mollied off there. Perhaps could have got that kill onto Android, but still 3 versus 3. I'd say advantage to Renegades at this point, given that Android is so low on HP.
Yeah, I think, did Uber actually spot out Yam? I think he did, but nevertheless, they have no way to get on towards this B site. They might want to hightail it back towards A site because top vent is clear. They don't know it yet, but A site is clean for them to come towards as Renegades are stacking towards that ramps area, ready to retake the B site. I think Adder is slowly rotating back towards Heaven, though, just to make sure that there is no potential of Complexity rotating their way on towards A side. So it's up to Yam as well as JKS to hold this. Yam with the AWP towards Megaton. JKS lurking back towards Lobby, won't be able to hear anything. It's up to Yam to shut this down by himself.
Yeah, as long as Yam can get 1 kill here, it's still not too bad of a situation for for Renegades. But the bomb does go down, and the rotations are going to have to come across here from Renegades. It's going to cost them a little bit of time, so they will need to work quickly on this retake. JKS still not yet down the vent. Yam, he spots one out, hits the shot as well. Surreal does go down. Nice reactions from Yam there. And he could get a second. It was so close. Uber actually does take down Adder, but JKS is still alive. And that's the danger here right now for Complexity. They need to pick him up, but in the end, he will be the one to pick up Uber. It's just Android left alive. That bomb, though, ticking very quickly. JKS, though, too good. And picks up 3 for the round. The defuse will come across, and it will be Renegades pushing 14 rounds.
Yeah, and they're looking to close this out as well, so... Yeah, Complexity unable just to get enough rounds on the CT side. Renegades were in pretty much dominant control for the majority of it, and now dominating on the CT side as well. Complexity can get the way on towards the bomb side, but they're just getting picked apart left, right. They're just getting picked apart one by one. JKS and Az are winning their aim duels right now. I mean, Azza has faltered a couple of times, but JKS, I want to see his win percentage in terms of first duels taken.
Yeah.
I swear it's around 70 to 80%.
It would be up there, definitely.
Because it feels like he's just taking them and just winning with ease at the moment.
His KD ratio as well must be like 3 to 1 almost.
I think he's going to be plus probably 35 after the series.
Yeah, something crazy.
We always take a look at stats afterwards and
Love
let you guys know afterwards, but... This is the JKS of Prime. This is the JKS that we've all wanted to see. This is the Renegades that we wanted to see. Sure, it's not the best form. We haven't seen their final form yet.
Yeah.
But at the very least, it's better than the 16-1s against Cloud9.
Well, I guess Cloud9 is a bit of a different beast to Complexity, so perhaps they're going a little bit easier here for Renegades in this one, but in saying that, definitely not been an awful performance from them at all. Yeah, missing that shot, that's not so great. But as able to at least trade him out, Android going down. Still, the trade's working the way of Complexity in this round as they hit the A-bomb site for the first time in, I think, the entire half almost. It's kind of caught Renegades off guard. Just Adder now. 3 versus 1.
Oh, he gets one, and he's pushing out quite quickly towards that heart, but Def makes his way towards Heaven. Complexity strike back with a round, but they still need 8 before they can win, and they need to win 8 to make sure they don't go into overtime. Renegades take a single one. They have a bit of breathing space, so... At the very least, if they can't close it off in normal match time, they do have overtime to work with. But they are going to buy up into this one. Yam, I'm not sure what gun he has, but I think someone may have dropped an M4 for him. Oh no, they dropped an AWP for him.
Well, he bought 9.9k, so he must have been the one to buy it all. I don't know why.
Might have dropped the AWP away.
Yeah.
Might like bought the AWP first, threw it too far, and then M4 was dropped, so...
Who knows. Anyway, he's got an AWP.
Speculation.
That's all that matters at this point. And Renegades have planted him over towards the Adders area. And that is where Complexity is headed. Hasn't spotted anything just yet, but...
Did Yam spot the head of?
No, I definitely don't think he spotted the head.
Oh my goodness, if he just shoots at the edge of the smoke, would have caught him out as well. I'm not sure which Complexity member it was. It may have been Uber or Surreal, as Def is boosted up on top of Silo, or has jumped on towards Silo. As Yam does manage to pick off Uber, so that's the first start. What Renegades wanted with that AWP towards that long distance engagement.
Def, though, starting to get a bit of control through Outer. He is going to be challenged by JKS, who spots him out, drops him down to 58, but Def he's going to be able to escape alive. But information across the board there for Renegades. They know there was a couple of players on Outer, so rotating accordingly. Outer down in the B-bomb site already. Not too many places for Complexity to go here without sort of running into one of those CTs.
Yeah, Renegades just have a good control right now. Complexity are trying to come towards unders, but once again, Az has got this line locked down. Desi's doing his best to trying to make his way through Squeaky, but still it says no. Won't allow him to drop towards back men, and Az does get shut down by Android eventually, so the bomb should be able to make its way towards B side. It's up to Surreal to lock down this line as JKS does pick up Def from behind. And, well, Renegades, 4 members fully healthy. Surreal, a very, very dangerous angle to hold. He needs to be able to hit these. He will fall back just in time. One plant should be able to go down. Adder, what a shot.
Taking down Surreal, also finding Android. Renegades on 15 now. Complexity, I think, yeah, their economy, it's not 100%. This is not the situation that you want to find yourself in when your opponent is sitting on 15 rounds. So what are they going to get? An AK, a Galil, and pistols across the board. Not too many utilities to work with either. Renegades do have pretty much everything they could have ever hoped for. They should be able to close it out here, barring some sort of loss against an anti-eco, which, I mean, well, I guess in this case, anti-force, but they have dropped force bias every now and then on cache, so let's not count our chickens before they hatch.
I mean, it's definitely not over for Complexity. They can still roll forward, but if Renegades, if Estilla and Adder just keep up what they're doing, look at Estilla, he's just pushing at the moment. He is going absolutely bananas right now. As well, he's got bomb control as well. Def now caught in the middle of no man's land. JKS will be able to, no, Yam will be able to clean things up the USP. All to Desi now with the Galil. Surrounded from all sides. Estilla going on the hunt. Will finally be shot down after that killing spree, but they know where he is. They're trying to double peek him, but JKS will get that kill at the end. Renegades 16-8.
Correct, yeah. And 16-11 on the first map, 16-8 on the second, which was Nuke there, of course. They look pretty good tonight.